Entering your leads into wingen. There's a few things that I want to bring to your attention. Try to get us all on the same page so there's uh, so it's more uniform and making everybody's life easier after the lead leaves our hands and goes into other people's hands. The easier their life is, easier our life ends up being because we're going to end up making more money. I've told people before that we're basically playing softball with this. We want to pitch them the biggest ball as slow as possible to give them the easiest time to hit it. So our notes and in the way that we enter things into Wingen, we need to we need to bring this. We need to have this at the right level to make their job easier. So it makes our life easier, right? So the first thing we're going to talk about is selecting the appropriate time. If you have an appointment, you call them a live lead. It's going to be for 2 p.m. on Thursday. Ensure that you're selecting the appropriate AM or PM, because what's happening is some people are not selecting the appropriate AM or PM, and then a lot of problems start happening. And the way that this ends up being a problem is because you enter into Wingen, and then Wingen transfers this information over to something called Service Titan. And Service Titan is what Patrick or anyone in the back office they're working on to see where everybody has to go. It's like it has all the schedule stuff put there. And what happens is Service Titan has the time of the day going from left to right across the screen. So let's say if Patrick gets in the office at let's say 7 a.m. in the morning. 7 a.m. is going to be around right here. But where's 2 a.m. going to be? It's not even going to be on the screen. And there's no reason for someone in the office to scroll all the way back to check at midnight, to check at 1 a.m., to check at 4 a.m. in the morning, 2 a.m. in the morning, because we don't schedule appointments at that time. So we as LGs, we have to put the right AM or PM time because things are slipping through the cracks. It's basically, we're responsible for that because we're supposed to put in the right time of their appointment, right? And the right time is not 2 a.m. in the morning. The right time is 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So make sure you're getting the right time, right? We have to get the right AM or PM. Okay, so let's help me clean that one up, please. The other one is when you're putting in notes, ask the customer what year the house was built. If it was built, let's say 1970s or prior, ask them if it's a single wall or double wall. Ask them if there's jealousy windows. If you want, ask everybody what year it was built. Ask everybody if it's a single wall or double wall. Ask everybody if there's jealousy windows. If you can't remember exactly what these year cutoff dates are. Even if you don't know what single wall, double, jealousy, whatever, even if you don't know what it is, ask them anyways. And if they say yes, then write it down. Because houses, I don't know, before 1970 or so, generally were like single wall construction, like just one wall. And they had, the jealousy or louvered windows. Sometimes you're going to have somebody that had a house built in, like, let's say the 1950s, but then it was renovated in let's say 2015. So the notes would look something like this: 1950, reno, 2015, double wall, mixed windows, if they still have some jealousy windows. 1950, reno, 2015, single wall, jealousy windows, double wall, regular windows. Help your coworkers that are moving down the sales pipeline, that are going to help you make more money, help you make a bigger commission, make their life a little easier. Let them have an idea of what the construction of the home is. What other things might be relevant? People have told me before, oh, this is a really hard to find house. Put that in there, hard to find house. What else? Things like can't answer the phone at work. Sometimes this last weekend, someone told me, "Oh, can you ask them to text me because I can't answer the phone at work." On Oahu, a lot of people work at Pearl Harbor. They can't even bring their phones to work. So why would that be helpful? Because when Patrick gets this information, he's calling these people. If he hasn't, I knows that the reason why they're not answering is because this guy works at Pearl Harbor where he has to leave his phone and he can't even bring it into his workplace. Of course, he's not going to be able to answer or text back. Relevant things like that. What else might be relevant? Well, I had a situation this week where it was two ladies. One lady kept leaving and seemed like she was kind of trying, she wasn't very subtly, she seemed to be trying to tell the other lady that let's not do this or you shouldn't do this. It was kind of a weird situation. And the lady that was signing up or I'm working on signing up, she keeps asking, Ava, do you want this? Do you want that? So it seemed like they both lived there. And at first I thought it was Ava was the homeowner and the other lady was like Ava's friend or something. I don't know, but eventually maybe they're both homeowners. I'm not sure. It was such a weird situation that it seems like Ava could be a homeowner, but she's definitely a decision maker. So instead of opening up a can of worms, I mentally made a note that it appears that Ava is either an owner, and if she's not an owner, she still needs to be there because this other lady keeps referring to Ava. So we don't want, and so I'm thinking, I'm going to pass on asking if Ava's an owner because it was kind of a tense situation already. I'm going to leave that bag of worms closed. But in my notes, I want to put I think Ava is a homeowner, or at the minimum, she's a decision maker and she needs to be there. And so that would be something relevant to the notes. What's not relevant? You don't have to put something like called Patrick, he didn't answer. Called called Brent, Brent answered, told me to put it in wingen. You don't have to put that, even though that's what might have happened. You don't have to put that because the people that are, as we're working down the pipeline to sell, that information is not relevant to the actual sale. Just like you wouldn't have to put in there, I called this person out by saying, "Hey, sir, are you ready for the Raiders AC in your living room?" Versus I sang to the customer. Like that's not relevant, right? So we want to keep it relevant information. Another thing that you don't have to put is you don't have to put wants free estimate. The reason why you don't have to put that is that that's all we do is free estimates. So if their information's in there, we're already assuming they want a free estimate. So you don't have to put that. You don't have to put call customer. Pardon me. You don't have to put call customer because we're going to call the customer. So anything that we know we're already going to do, you don't have to put in there. You want to try to put in things that are going to describe the dynamic of the property and of the people making the decision that is going to help the help this decision making process go through. Something to really good to add at the end as you find out, okay, so what year was the house built? All right, great. Oh, okay, I'm assuming that's double wall. All right, great. Probably got, do you have any jealousy windows by any chance? No. Okay, great. Okay, well, what can you think of any other information that would be good for the advisors to know before they come out and see you? If they say something like, I don't know, like what, then there probably isn't anything. There's probably not anything. They probably gave you all the information. Or they might say, no, I think that's it. Or they might say, yeah, tell them to call about an hour before they come over because I got 3 pit bulls I got to get taken care of. That seriously happened to me. I've had people tell me, oh, yeah, the code to the gate is da-da-da-da. So there's going to be stuff that question prompts people to give relevant information, right? It's relevant. Is there anything the advisor should know before they come out to see you? They might even say, one time a guy told me, oh, yeah, I need some electrical work. I probably need more electrical upgrade or something. Okay. Of course they're going to come out and see that. But if that's true, it would be better if possible, for the advisors to know so they can go, go take a look, even though they're going to look at it anyways. The last thing I want to leave you with is double check the address and the phone number. The reason why we want to double check the phone number is I've caught myself putting in the wrong phone number. I had the right phone number right in front of me on paper, and somehow I entered the wrong phone number in, and before I saved it, I double checked, and sure enough, I somehow had one digit off. So double check the phone number. Just double check yourself. Make sure that you're putting the right phone number in there. The other thing is that double check the address. Maybe you'll make a mistake. And also what happens is that wingen, sometimes I will select a certain address. You know how it gives you like this drop down choices? I will select the right address, but wingen changes it, especially if there's a hyphen. Like my address is 98-288. If I select my address, sometimes it just puts in 98. It leaves off the dash 288. So check those things, and before you save it, make sure your notes are up to par, and please select the right time, AM or PM. Make sure you're putting the right time. All right. And anytime if you're entering these notes in, and you have some sort of question, give me a call. Let me know what it is. I've had LGs call me before about like, okay, I'm talking to this person and they're the owner, but the other owner is on the mainland and this person lives there and all this stuff. How do I do this? And so if it's kind of confusing like that, give me a call. Let me help understand the situation. So that way, if it ends up being like a big mess that Patrick doesn't understand and he's points out to my attention, then I can help explain it. And maybe we won't have a big mess that he doesn't understand because we can just kind of write it out in the notes clearly.